Hey, my loves, Merry Christmas. Happy the day after Christmas. Sorry I didn't post yesterday, and you guys bear with me because I am a little winded. My allergies and this weather is really getting the best of me. So if I sound a little short of breath, it's because I am, but I'm going to push through. So I'm showing you guys everything I got for Christmas yesterday. And I'm going to also tell you a story about what I experienced with the narcissist for the very first Christmas that we spent together. So this is the picture that I'm giving y'all of how Christmas went for the narcissist last year. The narcissist got this amount of stuff last year, literally. This amount of stuff. And there's stuff behind there that you can't even see. But the narc got a whole bunch of presents like this last year. Our very first Christmas together. And I leave out the room or whatever. Now, he got it spread out just like this on the bed. And he's on the phone with somebody and he's telling them he didn't get anything for Christmas at all. So this is the image that I wanted y'all to see of how Christmas went last year for the narcissist. And how he sat there and lied to whoever he was on the phone with, telling them that he didn't get nothing at all. But what's that? So I walk in the room and he's on his phone. And so I'm assuming he was on the phone with his new supply or old supply, whoever he was on the phone with. But he was a bold-faced lie, because how you got all that stuff sitting in front of you and you sitting on the phone telling somebody that you didn't get nothing for Christmas at all. Now, the lie is that he got something for Christmas, but he didn't buy nobody else in the house nothing for Christmas. He didn't do any Christmas shopping, but yet sat there and was telling me about who all he gonna buy outside of our household Christmas gifts. He didn't buy them things either, but those were the people he was thinking about when it pertained to Christmas. And then you got all these Christmas gifts sitting under the tree and you didn't buy not one thing for anybody. At the time, yeah, his money was a little funny or whatever, but you got plans to buy somebody else's children in the neighborhood Christmas gifts, but you're not buying anybody that you live with, that you eat, sleep, and break bread with every day. You're not going to buy nobody in the household, including me, something for Christmas, but you're going to sit here and tell me, oh, I'm going to buy that kid something outside, or I'm going to get her something outside. They don't live with you. They don't eat with you. They don't put up with none of the stuff that we put up with from you. And yet those are the people that you're going to go and support. Good morning. Support. Well, give something for Christmas. Not that it's about the gifts, y'all. Y'all know me better than that. It ain't about the gifts. But what it's about is that this is our very first Christmas that we ever spent together out of the 4 years that we were together. This is the very first one. And you acted ungrateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna sit on the phone and tell somebody with the gifts sitting right in front of you, spread all out, just how I had it spread it in the beginning of this video. He had it laid out just like that, because he was telling certain ones that he didn't get anything at all, and then he was showing certain ones that he did get something for Christmas, because you know how they do. They like to brag and boast or throw the new supply into the old supply's face to gaslight them and to hoover them, you know what I'm saying? Or trying to do like not a smear campaign, but they trying to make the old supply feel like this person is better than they are because they got them all of these gifts. So he was using those gifts for, you know, for ooh, my nose running. Sorry, y'all. Forgive me. He was using those gifts to either throw it in the faces of the other supplies, or, you know, trying to make people feel salty about, you know, not being that somebody else loved him better than they did or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He done that to me a couple times too before I knew what was actually going on. And for those of you who don't know me and just now seeing this video, I am not with the narcissist anymore. This is a story of our very first Christmas, which was last year. Our very first Christmas that I ever spent with the narcissist, physically. Him home and we're doing the whole routine. This was the first time we ever did it. So I'm not with the narcissist anymore. January 27th will be a whole year. It might not be that long to a whole lot of you, but for me, that is a big, huge deal to me, because this was somebody that I thought I couldn't live without. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going through my process. And so I'm just sharing different things for people who are still in the situation and not sure if they're dealing with a narcissist or somebody toxic or whatever. These are just some more red flags for you to look out for, to know, what you're dealing with or whatever. But yeah, he sat right there and told that big bold face lie to whoever was on that phone, talking about he didn't get nothing for Christmas at all. And I'm sitting here picking up the gifts like, you ain't get this, you ain't get this, you ain't get this. Like, really? Like, who is you lying to? Why you gotta lie? Like, I mean, the gifts are sitting right here laid out. And like I said, some of them he sent pictures to so he can brag like, oh, look what I got for Christmas. See, this one here does this, that, and the third for me, but you won't do this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Either way, he was using it to put it against somebody to make somebody else feel bad, because that's things that these narcissists do. And so, surprisingly, I really thought that he was gonna, like really show out during Christmas. He actually didn't, y'all. I was surprised. He actually got up that morning, because I just knew, because I'm so used to, I was used to how he moved for other occasions. And I thought that he was gonna, act that same way, like how he did for Thanksgiving. I thought we was gonna have that same scenario all over again. But ended up, he got up that morning, he jumped up, he went and woke everybody up in the house and was ready to open gifts. But like I told you, that last year he didn't buy not one person in this household a gift, but talked about who he was gonna buy gifts for outside of the household, which was crazy. So he went ahead and he got up, woke everybody up, and he participated all day. He didn't give me no crazy attitudes out of the blue or whatever. So I was really thinking that I thought the man had changed, you know what I'm saying? Like the most of us do. We think that, when they come back in, they future fake with us, and we think that we got something new. But no, it's the same old demon, just pretending to have it all together and really not, until they drop that mask. Once they drop the mask, it's on and popping. So he held on to his mask a very, very long time this time go around. You know what I'm saying? Because normally it would take him about maybe 3 months, and he gonna drop that mask. He gonna give me 3 months of good, of making me believe that he's actually changed. And then after that, it's like, all right, I done gave you enough. Now it's time for me to cut up. I'm finna go back to who I was. And so he actually held on for a long time to his mask this time, because he needed me to believe and drop my guard. And I wasn't dropping my guard this time around. So he had to work a little extra for me to actually, fold. I wasn't folding like I normally did. I started changing some things up, and he was used to me folding after, he get back and he's doing all the things that I've asked him to do previously or whatever. And once he seen that I wasn't folding in and with all that, because I would tell him I love him, he wouldn't say it back. This man would never say I love you back, y'all. And you know what I'm saying, I pulled on back from saying it, because I'm just like, well, I ain't trying to force it on nobody, but it would be nice if he said it back, if he really does love me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, well, I'm not gonna stop how I feel, because at that time, I don't know I'm dealing with a narcissist. I'm dealing with somebody who's been hurt and who don't want to, like, it's gonna take a little bit to actually get close to them, you know what I'm saying? But at that point, we already 3 years in, and we still ain't saying I love you to each other back, you know what I'm saying? He would say it when he's coming in gaslighting and hoovering me, but once we back in, you don't get that. No. And the first time he actually came out of his mouth and said he loved me, he broke down crying, which was a manipulation tactic that he did when he said it. And so at that time, he was talking to me crazy or whatever. And so when I, struck back at him, now for him to win, he starts crying, and he was like, I just want you to know that I love you, and that he said, I don't want you to think that I don't love you, because that would be so far from the truth or whatever. He's like, I do love you. He's like, but I told you being with me is going to be a journey. He is like, and I'm not perfect. He's like, so I just want to apologize for everything right now. Like, he's like, I'm going to mess up. I'm going to make mistakes. And so I'm apologizing for all of my mistakes right now. So that apology was supposed to cover all of the things that he was going to do to me. And I was supposed to be okay with it. So once he does something, I shouldn't be looking for an apology, because I covered that when I said, when I told you I'm sorry for everything at that time. That covered everything. See, that's how they be trying to play with you. Like, they say things in a playful manner or in ways that'll make you think that you can't be serious when you say stuff like that. But they be dead serious. And he really felt like, when I told you sorry that day, that sorry covered everything that I would ever do to you in this relationship. And so you should be cool with that. We shouldn't have no problems with me having to apologize to you for nothing, because I've already gave you that apology when I broke down and cried that day. And I'm just like, no, sir, that's not how things work. And that's how the narc that I dealt with really felt. He really felt like, if I told you sorry once, baby, that sorry covers everything. That's the only sorry you're going to ever get. And so this sorry, you better make count for everything that I ever do to you that might hurt you. So don't come to me telling me about what I did, how you feeling, because those are your feelings. He used to tell me, F your feelings. Your feelings are your feelings. That don't have nothing to do with me. And I'm thinking, you can't be this cold, you can't be this heartless. But yes, baby, a narcissist is that cold and that heartless. They mean what they say. They might do it in a joking manner, but they mean what they say. You the one just don't believe that they're telling the truth. So it's almost like that saying, like, tell a lie and they ain't gonna believe you. Well, tell a lie and they'll believe you. Tell the truth, they won't believe you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how narcissists be acting. It's like, I'm gonna tell you the truth, but I'm gonna do it in a laughing manner, so that way you'll believe it, but you won't believe it because I'm laughing. And so that's how the narc did me with a lot of things. It's like, he will say stuff like, he told me, and now I believe it. He told me, he's like, I was like, why don't you ever tell me how you feel? Like, tell me when I make you feel good. Tell me what's bothering you, this, that, and third. If I'm doing something wrong to you, come to me and talk to me about it, so that way I can work on it or see if it's worth me changing. Because if I'm going to be the only one changing, then I ain't going to worry about it. I'm going to just keep moving the way I'm moving or whatever. So he was just like, I don't have feelings. And he said it with a smile. And so I'm thinking he joking. He was like, I don't have feelings. He was like, so there's no need for me to tell you my feelings. He was like, I don't feel anything. I can't feel anything. And at that moment, if I knew what I know now, I would have believed that man and went on ahead and said, well, you know what? All right. Since you ain't got no feelings, this ain't going to work for me, because I have feelings and my feelings matter. So when he told me that, he said that thing with a smile on his face and in the joking manner, and he kept it moving, but he meant what he said. And that's exactly what he was showing me. And I still didn't believe it, because I'm thinking, you just can't be that cold and you can't be that heartless. Everybody has feelings. Everybody have emotions. This man fake cried in front of me. I thought it was real. It was fake. It was fake. It did what it needed to do. It was a manipulation cry. He used it again one time before, but I didn't let it shake. I didn't let it bother me this time, because we wasn't having a conversation. It wasn't a reason why you should be crying, because I didn't need it. I haven't done anything to him. So I was concerned, but I wasn't concerned. But somebody else was here. Like, one of my other godsons was here, and I was doing his hair. And I was watching him, you know what I'm saying? Because the narc was sitting across from me while I was doing my godson's hair or whatever. And he had just got off the phone with his son or whatever, who was locked up and something. So he got off the phone with him, and, you know what I'm saying, I guess what was said on the phone, I ain't even gonna say that anything was said on the phone, but I just don't know. I just felt like it was manipulation, and I didn't even feed into it. I mean, I seen the tear drop from his eye. I just acted like I didn't care. I didn't make a move on it. I didn't let it bother me, because you tricked me before by crying, And so when he did it this time, I'm just like, yeah, nah, I done seen that before. And so I ain't gonna go for that. Nah, I'm gonna let it be what it be. If he want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. If he don't, we just ain't gonna talk about it. And so that's how I went. I didn't ask him about it, and we didn't talk about it. But he felt salty because I didn't. When he started crying, I didn't get up and say, "Oh, baby, what's wrong? Why are you crying? What happened?" I didn't say nothing, y'all. I felt it. I wanted to, but everything in me said, "No, stop. Be still. Don't move. Don't do nothing." Nah, because remember when I cried, he didn't care about me crying. He didn't care about my tears. He would sit right there and look at me crying and would act like ain't nothing. He would ask me, "What's wrong?" He wouldn't try to calm me down. He wouldn't try to bring no solution to the problem, nothing. He just sat there and looked at me when I would cry like I was a fool. So I gave him back that same energy. And guess what? When you give a narcissist back the same energy they gave you, baby, it is not the same result that you got when you gave, when they did it to you. You don't get the same results. You don't. Because now he mad. Because for one, the tears didn't bother me. For two, I didn't ask what was wrong. For three, I didn't act like I care. You didn't care when I was crying. So now I'm like, things in me are shifting at this time. I'm still not fully aware of what I'm dealing with, but I have caught on to his games. And so I just started back, trying to match his energy. But when you match a narcissist's energy, baby, they pout like little kids. They really do. Like, they cannot take it. You don't do what I did to you. No, you supposed to sit here and take it. And he said that to me before. Because when I gave him back his same energy, he gonna look me, he told me over the phone. He gonna tell me something. Don't do what I do. Do better than me. No, sir, I'm gonna do greater than you. I'm telling you, I would have your feelings hurt if I keep playing these games that you're playing. I'm going to match your energy to 100%, and you're not going to like the way that I do it. Your feelings will be hurt. And so that's what the narcissist felt. So because I hurt his feelings, he had to come back and hurt mine, which led him to, but those are some stories I've already talked about or whatever, but we trying to stick to the Christmas edition of this narcissist talk. So yeah, he's sitting on the phone talking to his new supply or old supply, like I said. And he bold-faced lying, talking about he didn't get no gifts for Christmas. And I'm sitting here like, no, you got gifts for Christmas. You didn't get nobody no gifts for Christmas. But he was on the slide trying to ruin Christmas by, not ruin it, but he was trying to change up the plans for Christmas. Because I told y'all, Thanksgiving, we were supposed to go to his mom's house for Thanksgiving, but that didn't work out. His funds didn't work out for him to go on that trip. And so I wasn't spending my funds to do that. You want to go to your mom's house for Thanksgiving? We can do that, but I want to spend Christmas at our own house and celebrate Christmas together for the first time. So I'm like, yeah, let's agree to go to your mom's house or whatever. And so that was the deal. We go to his mom's house for Thanksgiving, and for Christmas we spend it home. He was trying to switch it up. He was like, okay, so if we don't go to my mom's for Thanksgiving, then we'll go to my mom's for Christmas. And I was like, no. But that was like a couple of days after Thanksgiving when he said that to me. He was like, well, since we didn't go to my mom's for Thanksgiving, we'll go to my mom's for Christmas. And I'm like, no, I'm not for to chug all these gifts all the way to a whole nother state. No, we're gonna spend Christmas here. You should have made things happen if you wanted to spend Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause basically, y'all know what I'm saying. He did what he did because he didn't want to spend Christmas here. He wanted to spend Christmas at his mom's. But that's not how I seen it in my vision. No, you done spent every holiday with them. Every year. This is our first everything. My birthday being celebrated together, our first Thanksgiving and our first Christmas and our first New Year's together. So I'm like, I'm giving you Thanksgiving to spend with your family. That's cool. We go spend Thanksgiving with your family, but we do gifts and things here. So experience this. I'm like, you've never got a chance to experience Christmas with your family over here. And so let's do that instead of going to your mom's. And then next year, if it isn't next year, we'll spend it at your mom's. But give us this year where we actually, get to see and experience each other on the holiday or whatever. And so he was still trying to make plans. I heard him on the phone telling his mom, yeah, we'll be there for Christmas. And I'm like, no, we won't. I won't be there. We are going to be home. We opening our gifts here or whatever. Now, if you want to open the gifts here and then later on go and visit your mom in another state 4 hours away, 5 hours away, we can do that too. But we're going to open gifts here. I'm going to cook here. We going to do this here. I don't want to do that. And so he let it go. He let me have my way. But then I guess because of that, see, it's so many things that could lead up to the narcissist discarding me or whatever, or us discarding each other, because I was just fed up with him just as well as he was fed up with me. But we know the narcissist wasn't fed up with me. He just didn't get his way. And so his way of punishing me is to discard me like he do all the other times. You know what I'm saying? But this time it didn't faze me when he wanted that discard. I gave him just what he wanted. His lip was dropping. He thought I was joking. Because I was like, yeah, you're right. I think it's best that you do leave. And he was like, what? That's different. Yeah, it's different. I'm tired of your mess. So you go ahead. If you feel like that's what you need to do, go ahead and hit the road. I'm good. And he ain't like that. So he carried on as if he knew it was just a joke. Like she ain't serious. Nah, she ain't serious. He didn't change up. But I did. I meant everything I said. Once I said, I told you. If you come back this time, this your last chance. The door is closed, locks will be changed. New me, new everything. It ain't gonna be the same person you walked out on when you try to come back. It's not. I'm not playing them games. I was like, this is it for you. So he had to mess around to find out. So do he really know it's over? I don't know. I don't care. But he'll find out. When the time is right, he'll find out. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Just listen, these narcissists got games for days. Manipulation for days. They are masters at this stuff. They can go on and on and on and on and on. You can try to match all the energy that they have, and you still, the only way to win is to let go. Let them go. And that's how we win. And so guess what your girl did? She let go. And so therefore I win, because for a long time I thought he won. Every time he discarded me, I thought that he was winning. And I'm like, no, I need to discard him. No, I did. Yeah, you discard, but you go no contact. And for no reason whatsoever do you contact them for anything. They may contact you, don't mean you gotta answer. If you got kids, figure out a way around that. But don't let that hinder you from going no contact with a narcissist, because there's ways you can deal with them. It's all about your kids. All right. If the kids are old enough to talk, let them talk to the kids. If they still, young and the speech and stuff ain't there, they can understand you. They can understand the narcissistic daddy. So, you just, once you get to a point of where you just, enough is enough, you'll start moving different. Trust me, you will. It seems hard now, and it's still a hard process to go through. You know what I'm saying? Especially if, especially if you got kids together. I don't know that side of narcissism. There you go. I don't know that side of narcissism because I don't have a child with the narcissist, but I do have all of the stories and all of the different roller coasters and all of the back roads and the side roads that this narcissist done took me down for 4.5 years. And not only him, others too. But this was the one who got me on my journey, who helped me get on my journey to loving myself and healing and just knowing that I am important, I am valued, I deserve every good thing that can come my way, because I know I ain't been nothing but good to him. I ain't been good to nothing to everybody that I've dated, I've always been good to them. I'm not perfect, and I'm not saying I didn't do anything wrong or whatever, but I could definitely tell you that I wasn't loving myself in those relationships. I was loving them more than me. Thought that they deserved more than I did. And so now I know that, no, baby, I need that too. I deserve all that too. Everything that I'm willing to give you, I deserve all that back. So, yeah, it definitely gets you on your journey. So if it's a tough road for you right now, baby, don't discount those rough days, because they're getting you somewhere. They building you. They building that muscle that you need to get strong, to stand up to that narcissist. And you ain't even got to say a whole bunch of words to them at all, baby. Your silence kills them. That's your power. No contact. That's your weapon. That is your weapon. When they so used to being able to have access to you, when that access is gone, baby, they freak out. They freak out. And I've heard that there's some bad sides to it too. We just gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta know who you dealing with. If yours have showed violence towards you, if you discard them, there's a chance they may become violent. But record everything. Keep a record of whatever it is that you need to keep a record of. If they're showing up at your house, record it. If they're showing up at your job and your phone is handy or something, record it. Keep all of your paper trail. So that way, if something happened and you got to do what you got to do, you got all your proof. And make sure you get all your police reports too. So that way, there's something else for you to stand on if it comes to that point, which I pray it never does. But there's a possibility that it could. Just know who you're dealing with. Mine was not physically abusive to me. He was verbally, he was mentally, and all of that. But I have had some that has been physical with me. And I did all the measures that I needed to do to, you know, get myself out of that situation. Was it easy? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. And I had to do it with a child too. Wasn't his child, but I had to run for my life with my child. So I do know a little bit about that. But my story, if you go back through my videos, I've told the stories of all of this stuff. And I still have more stories. It's just that things come back to me when I see certain things going on in my everyday life, or if I see something somebody else post, it may, you know, bring up something that I forgot about. But I got lots of stories, y'all. It's just that, you know, trying to give a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? Try not to bore y'all too much with the narcissist talk. Try not to bore y'all too much with the, you know, just, I'm trying to give y'all a variety of who I am. This is me. These are the things that I've been through in my life right now. My life is getting back on track after dealing with all of these toxic narcissistic relationships. And I'm finally finding me and falling in love with her. You got to fall in love with you, because that's where the love starts. Once you start loving and respecting yourself and knowing that you deserve so much more than what you've been getting from people, it puts you in a whole different mind frame. And it just helps you a lot, because now you're not devaluing yourself. You're loving yourself. And so it's like, nah, I wouldn't do that to myself, so I'm not going to let you do that to me. If you're not willing to meet me halfway, then I'm not going to meet you halfway. I'm going to take myself somewhere else and go do whatever it is that makes me happy. So, you know what I'm saying? So this is what my journey has been like. And it's been on the up and up since I let go of the things that was holding me back. Because when you're dealing with these narcissists, you tend to take on their lives. You're taking care of them. You want to make them better and give them everything you got inside of you, because you thinking that it's gonna change them. It's not. But I'm getting a little winded, you guys, and so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video. And I got some more stuff coming today, so just bear with me. And I love you guys. Fall in love with yourself. and grow something and enjoy your time with your family still. I know some of you guys are still out of town and, you know, hanging around family and everything, and I hope y'all Christmas went awesome. Mine's did. Your girl was just tired though, so yes, I checked out early yesterday. So here I am picking up the pieces today. And so here I am. I'm not in the best of health right now. Like, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just saying I'm not feeling as good right now, but I'm pushing through. And so, you know, y'all know me. I'm a pusher. So I ain't gonna push too much. I'm gonna do what I can, and when I feel like I can't do it, I'm just stop. Okay? So yes, I love you guys. Have a great day. Mwah. Bye.